Right, I'm just waiting for everybody to join in for our Tuesday night lockdown pamper, which then consists of exfoliation, well, cleanse, tone, exfoliation, mask, moisturiser. Hiya, Karen. And to just go over some tips and why I chose Pavonia, actually, and why I use what I use, and why I actually got into doing what I do, and how it all sort of comes together. So we all need our products, our cleansers. I mean, obviously, whatever you're using at home, you can use. Cleanser, toner, Virginia. Elliot, fabulous, gay, super. I saw you yesterday, Virginia, walking with Joshy. So we need our cleansers, our toners, our exfoliators, our masks, glass of wine if you're having one. I've got water, the Tuesday water, and moisturiser, eye cream, whatever. Hi Simone, oh Rachel, super, good. Well, I must admit, I've been very busy doing consultations online and dropping products off, which is great. Because I think at the minute, with everything being the way it is, people just want some sort of pamper and some sort of treat. So anything I can do to help, that's wonderful. So as I said, we'll just wait for people to come on. Our Sarah, Sue. Make sure you've all got your exfoliators if you're using your ESP cream, your exfoliating cream. And if anybody wants anything dropped off, just let me know. Even some samples, but I do have to charge you for them because I do have to pay for them. But it's not a lot. Although I did look online and it's quite funny. They are quite expensive actually, but as I said, it's my little lockdown treat to you all, because generally people do actually go on to the full size because they like them so much. But I'm happy for you to pay a donation towards them and get stuck into joining in. So you need to get your hair bands, as I said, your bowl of water, your muslins, your exfoliator, mask, and so forth. And then if anybody needs to ask anything at any time, just fire away. I can see. Oh, Simon, Ernie. Oh, good, we got some chaps. I forgot my samples, so I can't join in. Oh, sorry, Karen. I will drop them off. I'm very sorry. In fact, let me write a list while we go. Sometimes the brain isn't what it used to be. Lockdown fuzz, we call it. So Karen needs samples. And I also know if there's another Karen on here, she does as well, but I tried to call her today. Don't know where she lives. Paula, anyone, just let me know. I'll drop them off. Okay. We're going to start with the cleanser. So I'm going to put my hairband on. Haven't really got any makeup on. A little bit of tinted SPF is what I've got on. Now, as I keep saying, it's so important to cleanse your face twice a day, because even if we're not going out, there's still pollution. The skin is excreting. It is an excretory organ. It's excreting, so there is constantly something there to wash off. And I like the creaming cleansers. I like foaming cleansers. There are so many types. But what you don't want is a cleanser that's got alcohol in it, mineral oil in it, or sodium lauryl sulfate, because they are the nasties. Hi, Sarah. Chrissy, they are the nasties which cause irritation. And a professional product is going to be far stronger. It's Tony. Make sure you got your products, Tony. And so it takes about it says 28 days really for a product to completely adapt to your skin, to adapt to a new product. but you've got to give it at least 7 days. It's going to go through some changes when you're transferring from a high street brand to a professional brand, because it's so much more active. As I said to you before, even a cleanser has got more active ingredient in it than a moisturiser on the high street. That is the difference. That is what you're paying. And we are prescribing it. So, got mine perfect. Tony's got hers on. I hope you haven't got all your products on, Tony, at once. So, we're going to do the cleanser. I'm using my stem cell one, which I love, which is a cleanser and toner in one. So you mix that with some water. I always pop it in my hand first. Get a nice lather. I've had some people asking me about, oh, it doesn't seem to lather up. Lather it up first and then pop it on. And like I said, this one is actually a cleanser and toner in one. So did you see? Yeah, sodium lauryl sulfate is what you don't want. There's sodium lauryl oat, which is what we use, which is a natural foaming agent. If it's sodium lauryl sulfate, it's the sulfate that's the nasty. Hi, Anne. Right, so we're just doing our cleanse. And as I said before, make sure you, anywhere where you get blocked pores, around the nose, around the lip, eyebrows, around the hairline. Ah, Sammy. And spend a bit of time with that. You know, add a bit more water if you need to, a bit more lather. And really work it in. So that anything lurking in those pores is being released. That's it. Round. I mean, obviously, if you've taken your eye makeup off, you'd need to be working around the eyes afterwards as well, because you'd have a little bit of a residue. Right, perfect. Then, as I said, we'll get our muslin or our flannel, whatever you're using, and then wring that out. The second ingredient in the one I've got from Kiehl's, yeah, okay, that's cool. I have posted on the page, and it's pinned to the top of the page, I have posted an ingredients to avoid list and look on there. And these products, the reason I chose Pavonia is they are so eco. They are completely natural. They are completely organic. A product only has to be 1% organic in order to call itself an organic product. That's all it has to be. You can see a product in the shop and it will say organic. It's got 1% organic ingredient in it. These are 100%. They've taken out any ingredients. There's no ingredient that would cause sensitivity or photosensitivity, as in from the light. Because there are certain herbs even that if you take, it makes your skin more photosensitive, which means you're more prone to getting pigment. So that's it. Shaka. Oh, Eddie, Lorraine, perfect. Right, we've just done our cleanse, our foaming cleanser. Now, give that a nice wipe round, another one with the flannel. I always rinse the flannel and then redo it. Okay, as I've said before, we always tone or lotion after cleanse. Even though that's got a toner in it as well, I like the feel. I want to get that lime scale, the water off. I don't want the residue because it is so harsh. So we prefer these gauzes. We do sell these. They don't eat your products. You don't need to put a lot on. Couple squirts. Let's do 3 for luck. And then just remove all the residue. Now this is phytoaromatic mist. This is what you've got, Shaka, and what you've got, Karen. Now, it is so hydrating. You can put it on if you've got sore skin, sunburn, if you're really sensitive. It really calms and soothes. But, Avril, it can sometimes, as I said, if your skin is really dry and really sore, it will sting when you first put it on. That's quite normal. So we're just toning. Do the neck as well. Make sure you get all round under the jawline, an area that often gets missed. You know, even go behind the ears if you must. Front there. And then you can always spray again and really hydrate that skin. As I said, toner or lotion is, again, that has now got 2.5% active ingredient. So is that. So already we're using lots of ingredients to bring about some changes and results with our skin. We want to be hydrating it. Because I tell you, with this cold wind, it's definitely making people's skin feel a lot drier. So when you go out, make sure you've got your SPF. Make sure you've got your moisturiser on. But you can always spray a good toner with no alcohol in it. You can spray it over the top of your moisturiser throughout the day, over top of your makeup. It's going to act as a humectant. It's going to draw the moisture out of the air. Okay, so now we're ready to do our exfoliant. So whoever's got the ESP, the Enzyme Spherite Cream, Mr. Hansford, we're just done our cleanse and our tone. We're now going to use our enzyme exfoliator. Now this is a cream. This is my favourite. As I said, we don't use anything that's scratchy. We don't want to scratch the skin. We want to treat it with care. These creams have enzymes in them. Pineapple and papaya are the two main ones in here. And they work at nibbling away like Pac-Men. They eat away at the dead skin and the dead cells and any oil plugs. So get your little scoop, pop your ESP cream on, and it smells lovely. It does, it smells of again, make sure you got enough, and you have to emulsify this with warm water. There's no good using cold. It has to be warm. It needs to burst the little spherites that have got all the goodies in them. So now we're going to do that. And as I said, this is so important. If you just put it on, it won't work. So let's just pop all those little spherites. If you need to go and change your water, go and do it. And this stays on for 2 minutes. As I said, it's so important that you remove this. And you can remove this by cleansing and toning again. Especially if you have sensitive or overly sensitive skin. Because it will keep working. Jen, you are brilliant. Can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you again either. And whatever you, I can drop off. Send me a message, Anne. I'll be in touch. As I said, we all need this at the minute. We all need our little pampering, our little treats. And as I said, you can work that in a bit more with your fingers. And that's it. We'll leave that for 2 minutes. That's nibbling away. Again, exfoliate, 2 to 3 times a week. It just means that you're constantly getting rid of those dead cells, and then all your other products you're going to put on, they're going to be absorbed a lot better. You know, as I've said before, if you've got really dry skin and then you're putting on a cream that has cost a fortune or serums, it's not going to penetrate as much. You've got to hydrate it. You need hydrated skin to really hydrated and exfoliated. Nice fresh skin. As I said, it's just going to make the products that you put on top work a lot better. Oh, it's Mr. Payne. He uses all the products. Right, we're going to re-emulsify that now before we remove it. And it's nice to follow with the mask. Especially now, nobody can get into the clinics, so invest. As I said, the one I'm going to use tonight is the collagen one, which can be left on overnight. It's got the mandarin peel in it, which is really brightening. And obviously collagen, which is lovely and plumping. And collagen needs vitamin C for to form in your skin. So that's why vitamin C and collagen always work very well together. So I'm going to remove that now. Make sure, as I said, you get it all off. You get it out of your hairline. We don't want you leaving bits on. As I said, you would always change your water. It's only because I'm doing a demo that... And I know what my skin can take as well. Okay. And that, you can use that over the lips as well. You know, lips get sore, they get dry. Especially with all this wind. Okay, that's great. So make sure you get all of that off. And then tone again. This is being recorded and I will be sharing it because I know some people are late, but Sarah McInnes. Sorry, Sarah, we're on our, we've done the exfoliant, Sarah, the ESP, but this will be shared. So you kind of always work out with the toner, work towards your lymph nodes by your ear. And this you can go over the eye. As I said, it is so hydrating. First thing I do when I get up in the morning is spray that on my face. And if you've had a bit of a boozy night the night before, this is your best friend. when you're all dehydrated and looking like a prune, pop your phytoaromatic mist on. You'll look like Cinderella in no time. And again, massage that in. Oh, you use the mask today. Perfect. Oh, that's really good. Excellent. Well done, Sarah. It makes such a difference. Let's say we've got the green apple, we've got the charcoal for anyone that's got any breakouts. Last week I did it in the different areas. You know, it's always good to have a couple of masks because we do have different breakouts at times where we might have a bit of dry skin or, you know, use different masks in different areas. And I said, never be afraid. Hi, Michelle. Never be afraid to keep blasting your face with that because that really, that's you. This is such, as I said, this contains hyaluronic acid. I permanently look like a prune. No, you don't. 1 molecule of hyaluronic acid attracts 1,000 molecules of water. So it's a humectant, like glycerine. It draws the moisture. So it's the best thing. But obviously it draws moisture from the inside and the outside. So make sure you're drinking your water. Right, we're going to put on the collagen mask now. Now you can actually put a serum on and then the mask. But if you're going to put the serum on first, really massage that serum in. So it's all been completely absorbed. And then you can pop the mask on and then the mask will just help to push that product deep. Or you can put the mask on and use the serum after. Obviously when we're doing a facial in the clinic, we massage the serum in and then put the mask on. And then we also put a little bit on after. So you could do both. You could put some on under your mask. As I said, really massage it in, work it in, and then pop your mask on. And then once your mask is finished, pop a bit more serum on and then your moisturiser. So especially at night when your skin is repairing, as I said before, your optimum hours of collagen formation, production has been pinpointed in the DNA. It's between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Get your Z's, people. Get your Z's. It is so important. And at night, if you want to save money, you don't want to use your serum twice a day, no problem. Use your serum at night when your skin is really repairing itself. And during the day, you know, you've got your sunblock on, you've got your moisturiser on. And I am a huge fan. I'm just going to pop my mask on now. I'm a huge fan of using mineral makeup. And as I've said before, it protects the skin from the elements, from the pollution, from the gunk, from the wind. People say, oh, I never wear makeup. Well, as I said, if it's a good makeup and it's from a good source and it's mineral, it's actually treating your skin as well. And they have sunblocks in. Our tinted moisturiser has got 30 in, and I've got another natural foundation which is factor 35, which is actually a tropics one, which I actually really do like. But I've always been a fan of mineral because, as I said to you, if you're spending money and time on your skin and you're using it doesn't even matter if it's a really expensive one. If it clogs your skin, you don't want to be using it. You don't want it to have mineral oils in. Even though I know the name mineral oil is not made from mineral. Well, it's from petrol. It's a byproduct of petrol. So it does clog. So you don't want any of that. So it gets pretty confusing, actually. When you say mineral makeup and mineral oil, that's totally different things. One is a chemical and one is, natural. But again, that's very clever. It's very clever indeed. So we're leaving that on now. We can leave it on 5, 10, 15 minutes. You can leave it on overnight, as I said. Right. As I do keep harping on, it is so important to have a good regime. The skin is an organ. But I tell you what the skin does like. It likes consistency. If you're constantly changing your product, your skin is going to trying to get used to that. Now it's going to try and get used to that. And then it's that. It's like, what are you doing to me? And if you go and have a treatment, it's so important that you use the products that go with the treatment. Because if you go home and then you go and use something else, you've had that wonderful treatment, and some of the products in clinic are 100% active. They're freeze-dried, like I said, the high street is 0.2%. That serum is 10% active. The moisturisers are 5%. And, see, Lee's noticed a massive difference. And, of course, he's taking omega-3s as well. So it is what you put on the inside. So what I'm saying is, if you're coming in and using these products, and you're having a treatment in-house, if you go home and put on some really nasty chemical thing, your skin is going to go, oh my God, what are you doing to it now? So we always make sure, if you come in for a first-time facial and you're not sure about buying the products, we will always give you samples to take to use for the next week, just so that nothing you do conflicts with what we've done. It is science. As I said, I like to treat with nature because I think the skin is a living organism, and it's what you put on it, what you eat. Again, as I said, it's not even necessarily what you are what you eat. You are what you absorb. You need to have a good balanced diet. You need your vitamins, your leaf, your vegetables. You need your good fats, your avocados, your olive oil, your olives, all that sort of thing. People go, oh yeah, that's really fattening, but it's not. It's the sugars which are the worst thing for the skin. Sugar causes inflammation, as we know. Too many carbs. It's all about, I think these days they're saying, isn't it? It's more protein, good fats, lots of fruit and veg. Well, not too much fruit because again the sugars. So more veg, and lower on the carbs, on the sugars, because especially processed sugars. I had a boyfriend once that worked. He did flooring and he worked at Tate and Lyle, and he said there's nothing that sugar does not dissolve through, and a lot of all our peels that we normally use are from they're sugars. They're milk sugars. They're from nuts. It's the sugars, and that's what we use they call a chemical peel, but they're actually fruit sugars, and they nibble away. So if you was, as I said, sugar, it just eats away. Look, it destroys teeth, doesn't it? It causes erosion. So just be mindful. Oh, and sugar also, if you have a collagen fibre, sugar will attach itself to that collagen fibre, and the weight of that, it causes it to collapse. So if somebody has a very high sugar diet all the time, eventually their skin will show. You know, it's going to deplete. Yeah, and that's great, Lee. I mean, we have a lovely men's range. As I said, I'm not here to hard sell or anything like that. I just say what I like and why I use what I use. You know, there's some great brands out there, but as I said, always go professional. Invest in your skin, and make sure you get it from somebody that really does know about skin and knows about your skin and analyzes your skin and talks to you. You know, some people want a simple regime, some people want something a bit more complicated. Some people, I mean, like me, I'd rather go without food. I've got to have my facials, I've got to have my products. That's me. And I like that. I wouldn't be any other way, really. Carol Messenger away, I never knew all that about sugar. Yeah, no, exactly. We're only finding things out later in life, but, you know, we already know that sugar is like heroin. But yeah, when that guy said that to me about it, there's not a product that it eats through metal, it eats through everything. So yeah, just be mindful of that. Yeah, skin, as I said, nice fresh air, getting a bit of a glow on your face with some exercise. But as I said, if you're going outside, make sure you wear your SPF. If there's daylight, there's sun. And you get UV rays from the computer. So, you know, it's not... And also, when UV does come through glass. You know, once upon a time we were like, oh... But we know now that is true. Because, I mean, I've got sun damage on one side of my face. And when I used to drive on the other side, it's on this side. Which is either when I was driving in Portugal or when I was living in Bermuda. And it would come through. And... So that, and there is a picture of a lorry driver that you can see half his face from where it's come through the sun. Nikki, we've just got the mask on now, Nikki, the collagen mask. But as I said, this is recorded. This smells so nice, this mask. It really does. Right, I'm going to take that off now. So, if you need to go and change your water, please do. In fact, I would suggest that you do. As I said, it's all right for me doing a demo. So we're going to get all that off. And I'm going to show you how to put a serum on. Because, again, there is a way. There is a way. And this mask can stay on all night, as I've said before. So... we don't like to drag the skin, but you can be firm. But we don't want to be moving it around. If your skin is more lax, then support it. You know. So you're not dragging it. So I said, it likes routine. It likes to be looked after. And it takes 28 days for your skin to adjust to a product. Because that's the life cycle of the skin for coming from the dermal layers up to the surface. I said, make sure we get that all off. But as I said, this can be slept in. Or left on a bit longer. It doesn't set, that one. But the set masks are good. If I said you can put your serum on, massage it in, then that nice set mask will push that product in. I mean, there's all sorts of masks. As I said, there's sheet masks, there's gel masks, there's like a rubberized textured mask. Okay, we're going to tone again, because that's what we do. We tone after water all the time. And again, we're rehydrating with our magic potion. Our phytoaromatic mist. And as I said, over the eyelids, you know, where you get a little bit more dehydrated, just be gentle. And I did say something in the beginning about eye creams. Now again, You've got to be careful with eye creams and eye gels. You've got to make sure you're using a really good one. You don't want to use too much. The eye gel goes on the bone area and the eye up here. The blinking action will take it where it needs to go. Don't get too close in. You don't want it going in the tear duct because then that will cause puffiness. Yeah, so just put it here really. You don't want to go up right up here. You don't want to create puffiness. That's not the look we're going for. Now make sure you just and massage all that in, that lovely toner, because it's all about hydrating. And as I said, I always go out towards the ear, the lymph nodes. And you can massage quite firmly. Give those muscles, especially up here, where your jaw muscles are, and around the temples. It's always nice. And the eye. Right, serum. Let's chat about serum. Serum just brings more active ingredient. It's lighter than a cream. It's more of a water base, but there's going to be more activity in this. As I said, 10% active ingredients, 5%. So we've had 2.5 in the cleanser, 2.5 in the toner. So we've got a lot of active ingredients. We're really treating our skins. So serum. This particular serum, we really want to massage it in. I tend to put 1 pump to a pump and a half and work it in. Really give it a good, and if you have to support, then support. But you can, with this particular one, you can go around the eye. And anywhere you would have a line, around the lips, anywhere, support and work it in. Be a little bit brutal here. You're almost causing a slight micro trauma under skin, but again, you're not dragging the skin, you're supporting it. Where you would have your laughter lines, round like that. Definitely in here, where we got our little frowns, our little frown lines. Oh yeah, Sarah, that makeup thing you did the other day, that was hilarious. Have you, has people seen those? I've seen somebody else do it when they got somebody else's hands behind them and they're making them up. If I lived with somebody, they could do this for me. That would be entertaining, wouldn't it? Okay, then we just press. So that feels kind of tacky now. And then, size of a garden pea. Not a broad bean, it's a pea. We have a little scoop. Because as I said, it's a good product. You don't want the product on the skin, you want it in. So I just dot it everywhere. Make sure we get the neck, because that's obviously an area that is a bit of a telltale. And then there's no harsh rubbing in with the cream. As I said, it's quite funny using a phone as a mirror. Just because the molecules are so micro, it goes a long way. It does, it really does. And again, I'm just going on the brow bone there, and I'm going to come round. If you're using an eye product, though, you don't need to do that. You would use the eye product separately. But this particular product that I'm using is to be used under the eye. Right. You make sure that that is completely covered. I don't massage this in. I make sure that it's all in all over, Danielle. And then I just press it in. Just push that product in. We did sports therapy together, didn't we, Danielle? At Chichester College. God, that was such a long time ago now. Right, as I said, just press that in. It's not greasy. You don't want the product sitting on your skin like an oil slick. Hi, Karen. So again, this video will be saved because there is a way of putting products on. It's not just, there is a science behind it. And that is it. And you can, if you want to then, you can always just spritz your face. Voila! Cinderella is ready for bed. So, that's been great, isn't it? If anybody needs anything, let me know. And I put my Postman Pat hat on and do my deliveries. I quite enjoy it, actually. As I said, watch it backwards. It's so nice that you're all joining me. I really, really love it. And we'll do it again next week. But as I said, if anybody wants me to talk about anything or you're not sure, give us a call. I'm happy to do... I've been doing some consultations online. And I know what it's like when you make an investment. It's not, it's not cheap. But it is worth it. You pay for what you get. And it is investment. But you want to be confident. You want to be sure that it's the right thing for you. But so far, everybody that has purchased has absolutely loved it. Because I said it's so different than buying stuff from the high street. So, I'm going to bid you all a farewell. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I tell you what, I feel so much better for that. I feel nice and alive. Nice and zingy. Anyway, lots of love. See you soon. See you next week. Cheers.